Hey guys, I hope that you're all doing well. I've missed you and I'm happy to be talking with you guys again today. But I would be lying if I said it doesn't feel a little challenging to know how to get back into the swing of things and sort of start up my routine again here on YouTube. I really appreciate all of your support last week with not posting any content. I think a lot of other creators ended up doing that, and actually a lot of brands did as well. They paused their regular content to try and help amplify voices that might have not been heard otherwise. Yeah, it's challenging to figure out how to come back and the right time to, because the reality is there is so much work that needs to be done. And I could spend so long commenting on that. I have so many thoughts. Last week was incredible in a lot of ways, heartbreaking in a lot of other ways, and really eye-opening. So with that being said, I did want to just comment one more thing about this. If you guys haven't been following me on Instagram, obviously I have been posting a lot on there, but really what I want to drive home and what I feel like is my message to share is last week was an outpouring of a lot of love and support, and I think the challenge is now, how do we take that and make it sustainable for our everyday lives? How do we take that level of activism and make sure that we can continue to do it in a way that's present with us always? So I just want to challenge all of you to take 10 or 15 minutes today to think about what you could do, whether it's having conversations with people, whether it's talking with your family, your friends, your community. It could be supporting creators. It could be donating to causes that you believe in, or supporting brands that share your values or have initiatives on their own or are owned by Black women, Black men, brands that are owned by people of color. Additionally, and very simply, voting in your local elections, voting in your state elections, voting in our presidential elections. I know that oftentimes it can feel discouraging, but your vote matters. So I just encourage you all to take a second today. Think about how you can make a level of activism sustainable in your life. I know I am thinking about it. I'm taking a small step today, which is that you guys had the great idea that I should come here on YouTube and I should talk to you about brands that are owned by Black women. So I went up to my makeup collection to pick out some products, and wouldn't you know it, I didn't have a single product that was from a brand owned by a Black woman. So I immediately went online. I purchased products that I actually needed. Again, you guys know I try and run as sustainable of a makeup channel as I can. I will never have a huge collection, so I really just try buying products as I can, and I needed a few things, so I used my money and I spent it to support these brands. So I'm going to be sharing those few products with you guys. I did have one other product that I wanted to share with you today that didn't quite make it in time, so we'll just do a full dedicated review to that product as soon as it arrives. But let's hop in. I'm going to be sharing those products with you. I will highlight them and talk a little bit about them. And the rest of my makeup, I'm going to kind of breeze through. Like I said, I'm trying to find that balance right now. I still feel conflicted about how best to use my platform, but I hope this is one small step, and I'm really open to all of your feedback. And I really hope that my channel, my small platform, can be a collaborative place where everyone feels included, and my heart breaks if it's ever felt anything but that, but I want to be accountable to that. So if there is something on your mind, if there is feedback for me, I hope that you will feel comfortable coming to me. I'm going to do my best, and I feel like I still have so much to learn. I feel like I still need to do so much work myself. For your education purposes, I will have down below a few places to donate. I will have down below the primary elections that are happening the day that I'm posting this, so June 9th. If your state is having an election, that information will be in the description box below, and I will have other clean beauty brands that are Black owned listed down below for you guys to check out, and I hope to continue to figure out ways to incorporate more activism in my channel, because I think when you make a decision that you are interested in clean beauty or conscious beauty, you're making a decision to support a certain set of values. At least that's how it's felt for me. And certainly certainly the fight against racial inequality is completely wrapped up in conscious beauty. And I truly feel that we as consumers have the power to drive the market. So I really think where we spend our money is so important. Who we support is so important. We're gonna play with some makeup today. I'm gonna talk to you guys about a couple of products, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to come on here to listen to me today. I've missed you guys, and I hope that you've been doing okay. So I'm actually gonna start off with a priming step today. I am going to be using Vapor Beauty. They have a very inclusive shade range, and I feel like they have always had an inclusive shade range when it comes to foundation, at least as long as I've been using their products, and they've continued to expand it. I am going to be using the Daily Essential Primer just in the areas that I tend to get a little bit shiny, and I found that this really helps with their foundation. And usually I'm not a big primer person, so I think that says something. But this helps for hotter days, and it just helps the foundation stay a little bit better. Now going in with their Soft Focus Foundation, I have this in the shade 112S. I'm going to be applying a light amount today, and I'm going to try using it with a brush, which I usually use it with my fingers or a sponge, but I felt like changing it up today, so let's do that. And I just want a pretty light application. So I'm just kind of starting at the center of my face and then blending it outwards. I just feel like a brush or a sponge for foundation makes application so much faster. I think a sponge definitely works better, but this brush is doing a pretty good job. Okay, I'm gonna skip the concealer today because I'm really into light coverage right now, even if a few spots are showing through. So I'm just gonna leave my skin as is, but I am gonna go into my brows. I've been using the Honest Beauty brow pencil in taupe since I got it, basically. Definitely doesn't last as long as the Hourglass pencil, which I sort of talked about in the last video that I did a couple of weeks ago. But it does a nice job of filling it in, and because it's such a light color, it's extremely natural. But I think it does a good job of just like cleaning up my eyebrows because they look crazy right now. I need to do something with them. And then I'm going to be using the Eco Brow Clear Brow Gel over the top of them. Next, I'm going to be curling my eyelashes because we are going to be doing liquid liner today, which is always a bit nerve-wracking, but I think I found one of the best liquid liners in clean beauty in terms of longevity. And this is actually one of the new products that I purchased. It is the Lavina See No Evil Long Lasting Liquid Liner. And let me tell you, it is very long lasting. So this is one of the products, like I said, that I recently purchased. Lavina Skincare, and Now They Sell Makeup, is a company that is owned by a Black woman. And I've heard really incredible things about her eyeshadow palettes, which are definitely on my wish list, but I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. But what I didn't have was a liquid liner, especially one that comes in a pen like this. And it is incredible how well this lasts. So I'm going to carefully put this on my eye and then we can talk a little bit about it. But I need like all my focus to do this. Okay, I don't think that's even at all, but I did my very best. Actually, I think it looks pretty good. It definitely works for me. This pen is pretty incredible. It's super pigmented and it's very, very smooth. So you don't get any patchiness when you're using it. And obviously, like most pen applicators, you can either do a very thin line or you can push down and do a thicker line. With liquid eyeliner, I went through a phase in middle school where I did a very, very thick line. I learned from that. It's not exactly my look. So now I just kind of do a thin line with a small wing at the end. And I'll put on some mascara right now, but a good cat eye and a good black liquid eyeliner just really is such a polished look, and I'm really impressed by the staying power of this. In fact, last night I had swatched it on my hand and I was actually having trouble removing it, but with an oil cleanser it does seem to break down, but with any water it did not budge. It didn't go anywhere. So I'm very happy to have this for the summer because my assumption is if it didn't wash off in water, it's definitely going to be sweat proof. And it'll be great to have to wear. I don't know if you guys have watched Normal People, but I definitely watched that on Hulu. And Marianne, the main character, always wears like a cat eye liquid liner, and it just made me miss wearing it. So I'm happy that I can start wearing that look again. The next two products are from a brand called Mented, and this is also a Black woman owned company. I really wanted to get so much off of their site. A couple of things were sold out that I wanted. Also, my budget for spending on beauty these days is very low, so even like what I bought right now was a bit of a splurge. But the next product that I really want to try is their eyebrow pencil, because it's supposed to be very long lasting, and the one that I have obviously from Honest Beauty right now, as I just went into, is not super long lasting. But I was able to pick up this gorgeous shade of blush. This is called Peach for the Stars, and their blushes have really great reviews, so I was very curious about them. They did have a red color that I really wanted to get too, but it was sold out, unfortunately. So this was a bit more sparkly than I had initially thought, but it's a really pretty peachy tone. If you have a lot of texture on your cheeks, because of the sparkle in this, I don't know that I would recommend it, but the pigmentation is pretty incredible, and the color is just really gorgeous, especially for kind of a peachy summer look. I also am really excited to start using this as an eyeshadow. I think it would be gorgeous. Right now I have a little bit of cheek texture, but not too much, so I feel like I can get away with wearing this on my cheeks. But when I bought this, I didn't realize it had some shimmer in it, so if you guys have any of their blushes in other shades, are they all shimmery? Or was it just this one that I chose? Let me know. You guys can see what a beautiful natural color that is. And it's just really easy to blend, very soft, and the pigment I'm super impressed with. Next, I'm going in with a lip liner from Mented. This is in the shade Pink. And I have a Kira Weiss lip liner, but I'm almost out of it. And I wanted to see if this was going to be longer lasting. This is my first time using it. I've only swatched it. So I'll keep you guys posted on this. I have a little bit of chapstick on right now, so what I'm doing is just softly lining the outside of my lip and then rubbing my lip together so it blends into the chapstick and gives me more of an all-over color. This is definitely not as soft as the Kira Weiss pencil, so my assumption is this is going to last better. There are silicones in this, just as a heads up. You're not someone who uses products with silicone ingredients. That's a very pretty color. And I'm going to finish up with a little bit of this Honest Beauty Magic Balm on the high points of my cheekbones. I've been using this pretty much every day regardless of whether I have makeup on, just because it's become like my new favorite highlighter. And I don't know, I know I mentioned in the video a couple weeks ago that it's not super long lasting, but I don't know if they changed the formula or what since the last time I bought it, but it's lasting on my skin pretty well. Okay guys, so that is the finished look for today. Everything will be linked down below, as well as those other brands that I mentioned. Like I said, I do have one other product that I purchased from Range Beauty. I really want to try their foundation. I don't need more foundation at all, so I reined myself back in and I purchased samples so that I can try it now, and when I finish up some of my foundation I can actually purchase the full size if I like it. But I have those samples coming, so I'll keep you guys posted on that, and I'll do a full review about their foundation, so look forward to that. Again, I'm challenging myself. I hope that I can challenge you also, since we're all sort of in this community together, to figure out ways for sustained activism in our life. And your money goes a long way, your voice goes a long way, and your vote goes a long way. So just consider those three options. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know there's so much work to be done, but I hope we can all continue to work together and, build a better future and build a better present. So I'm going to sign off for today. Feel free to leave some comments down below of any brands that you would suggest people checking out. Feel free to leave advice and tips for how we can all do better. I more than welcome those comments. And yeah, I just want to thank you all for being so supportive. I want to thank you all for taking a minute last week, even if it was just the amount of time that you would usually spend watching one of my videos, and focusing your energy somewhere else. Sending lots of love to all of you. I hope you're staying safe, and I will see you all next week. Bye.